Hey everybody, it's Ben in Beta here, and today I'm going to do a quick first impressions video of the Dometic faucet. So this allows you to take water from somewhere else, a container of some type, which we'll talk about in a second, and it has a pump inside of it. It pumps water out this side. There's a little bit of light in here in case it's dark outside, and just as a way to more efficiently use water when you're out and about camping, overlanding, that type of thing. So I've used this several times, and the first thing I want to do is show you what comes in the box. So let's take a look at that first. This is a faucet. It's got a magnetic connection to it, so you can kind of basically attach it to just about anything. But basically you put this in your water source at a camp, and then you can turn water on. It goes a liter at a time. Basically acts as a faucet. So kind of the convenience of home. This is pretty nifty because you can move it a little bit of ways away from where your water source is. You don't have to screw around with those buckets, things like that. So let's just take a look here at what we have in the box. All right, inside the Dometic HYDWF hydration water faucet, we have your classic instructions, which is, or at least in this case, it gives a limited warranty. You have the faucet itself. So we'll take a look at that real quick. So here it is. Just you've got your single button on the top here. The charge port on the back, I think, is right there. It does unfortunately use micro USB, which is, it's fine. I've got a lot of those cables around. USB-C would be nice. You got your hose connection here in the back, faucet and the light. So real super basic unit, and little like status light here up at the top. So you got that. You've got your hose, which you will be able to connect into to your water source. Nifty, helpful. You got your base plates and charging cable here. This is what you can stick on a surface, and the other one is magnetic, and then this will sit on that magnetic piece. So it's kind of nice. And you've got your carry case, always handy, and your directions for how to use it. As a product person, I'm always looking for really easy to follow directions. These seem pretty simple. I'll put a link in the description. I was able to get this for like a 10% discount at the Overland Expo, Mountain West. But I actually just saw it on Amazon for $80, which is a pretty good deal for in and around Labor Day. So yeah, this is that the Dometic faucet. So one of the things that comes with this is this 18-inch long 1/4-inch tube. And it's actually meant to connect to their very specific 3-liter water canister, but I didn't buy that. I have a different water canister, which we'll talk about in a second. This is not long enough for me, so I got a different one off of Amazon, and this one was actually quite a bit longer than this, and I cut it into a couple different lengths. This is more of a 3-foot length, and this is perfect for what I need it for. And I'll put the link to that product in the description as well. So that was helpful. One thing to keep in mind, you don't want a really, really long tube. And the reason for that is the pump in here, if the tube is too long, it'll work too hard and this will die more quickly. So you have to be a little bit careful with choosing a tube and making sure the length isn't too long. So don't run it like 20 feet into your cab of your truck or something like that. That's not gonna work too well. But because this is magnetic, you can mount it to the outside of your vehicle. You should be able to put it pretty close to water source, so that's helpful too. And this fits, by the way, just fine on the back of this without any kind of problem. So you just kind of stick it on the back there, just like you would the other one. So it works great. 1/4-inch tube, any of those will work perfectly fine. The other thing is you need water, and it should be filtered water that you're running through here. This doesn't have its own filter. So it's important to have that. And I use this 5-gallon Upwoy from Amazon. This works really good. This is a great water canister, 18.5 liters for those of you who care about liters instead of gallons. This one does come with some other options on it, including a spout. But even with the spout, it's tough to kind of keep the pores exactly what you need. So the fact that you can get just what you want out of here and then stop it is pretty awesome. And the way I actually use this container is I put the tubing right inside of the air valve, and it works great. So this is perfect for me. And this is able to reach all the way down there, down to the bottom and suck water from the bottom. of this canister without any kind of problems at all, and that's important. So this is what I use. I'll link that in the description as well. You can use anything, but it's nice because the tube fits in there and your water doesn't get all dirty. So that's kind of cool. I also use it with a Hydro Blue, as I've said before, and that works pretty well too. But that container is more expensive. It's a filtered container. You don't need that all the time. The 5-gallon container is probably plenty, even for a night or two. So that's why we use that. Now, just to kind of see this thing in action, and again, you can just plug it in the back there. I have some handy dandy water for us. So put the end of the tube in the water and we'll let it run. So the way it works is a double tap, and this is something that I forgot when I first tried to turn it on. I was like, why won't it work? But it's a double tap to turn on. And it'll go for a liter, and then it'll automatically shut off after a liter. I'll try to make sure that it doesn't run out here. Oh, it's sucking too hard at the bottom. And it does have a little light. You can maybe see that a little bit, but it does have a light. And then if I want to shut it off, just a single tap to shut off. So this is great to fill up the dog's water. This is great to wash my hands. This is great to fill up my water bottle at camp. I really like this product a lot. So this is fantastic. It is about $100. So trying to get it on sale is nice. There are other ones out there on Amazon, but I'm going to link to this one because I think it's very well built. Dometic makes good stuff. So I believe that this is a fantastic product. I would definitely buy it again if it goes bad at some point, because it's working really, really well. And I've used this several times, probably about 4. I've even used it in the house a little bit when I brought my 5 gallons of water back after a recent trip and we hadn't used much of it. I thought, well, it's already filtered water, so I might as well give that to the dog. So I actually just hooked it up for a few days and just ran dog water into her dish right from the counter, which was pretty awesome. So a couple things I really like about this are the fact that it's rechargeable. I wish it was USB-C. I had kind of said that earlier, but that's one thing that could be better about the product. But honestly, I have a bunch of things that are micro USB at this point, so it doesn't matter. The light could be brighter, but it's bright enough. And it just works. It's worked every time. I've had no issues with it. It's been great. It's a little bit lighter than you would expect it to be. It's plastic on the outside. I thought it was going to be metal, so I guess that could be a bad thing, but this doesn't seem to scratch or anything. Again, pretty solid product. I think they did a good job when they built this. So those are a few things that I like, and the one thing that I don't, I guess, would be that it's not USB-C. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That's really helpful for me. And live your life in beta. We'll see you next time.